Imagine waking up in Dumaguete, sipping coffee beside a Korean retiree, while your neighbor runs a Vietnamese deli and your landlord is an American digital nomad. This isn't fiction, it's the Philippines in 2025. As the world resets after the pandemic, a quiet shift is taking place. Tens of thousands of foreigners are moving to the Philippines, reversing the trend of migration. In fact, foreign resident registrations soared by 13% in 2024, with the Bureau of Immigration confirming over 150,000 active long-term foreign nationals. From Chinese entrepreneurs in Cebu to American retirees in Negros and British pensioners in Baguio, the archipelago is becoming the new destination of choice. Why now? What draws people from first-world economies to this tropical nation? And what does it mean for the Philippines? Stay with us, because the answers go beyond economics. They reveal a new global story unfolding right here. Country number 1, China. Chinese nationals make up the largest foreign community in the Philippines today. In 2024 alone, over 49,500 Chinese citizens were officially registered as residents, more than any other group. Many arrive as investors and entrepreneurs, lured by the country's affordable workforce and expanding infrastructure ties under China-Philippines economic partnerships. The Philippine Retirement Authority confirms that most special resident retiree visas, SRRVs, are granted to Chinese citizens, followed closely by South Koreans. Whether it's building resorts in Cebu or launching factories in Clark, economic opportunity is a strong magnet. But so is culture. Shared history, regional trade links, and the influence of Chinese Filipino families continue to foster migration. Take Lin, a 42-year-old teacher from Guangdong. She came to Manila on a work visa and now runs a tea shop by Nagtahan Bridge, blending old memories with new roots. Life back home felt too rushed, she says. Here, I breathe easier. Many follow a similar path, arriving with a modest investment and leaving with a new sense of belonging. From skyscrapers in Makati to quiet fishing towns, Chinese expats are building lives in the Philippines, where the climate is warm, the cost of living is low, and the cultural welcome is quietly strong. Country number 2, Vietnam. Vietnamese migration to the Philippines has quietly grown into one of the most significant in Southeast Asia. In 2024, over 11,600 Vietnamese nationals registered as residents. Many come seeking employment in industries like BPO, maritime services, trading, or the growing beauty and wellness sector. Others arrive through cross-cultural marriages, or to launch small businesses, such as nail salons and language schools. The Philippines offers a familiar climate, a relatively affordable lifestyle, and a soft cultural landing. Both nations share legacies of colonial history, tropical landscapes, and a deep affection for vibrant street food culture. Nguyen Thi Mai never imagined she'd end up in Davao. She followed her Filipino husband from Hanoi 3 years ago and quickly discovered opportunity beyond family. Now a part-time Vietnamese cooking instructor, Mai sends money home and raises her children in a bilingual household. Her story echoes across Cebu, Manila, and Iloilo, where Vietnamese-run BPOs, restaurants, and trading firms are quietly flourishing. What started as a leap of love turned into a thriving life. For many Vietnamese migrants, the Philippines isn't just a temporary stop. It's a place to grow, build, and belong. Country number 3, United States. Americans make up the largest Western expat group in the Philippines, and their presence goes far beyond just numbers. In 2024, 10,912 Americans were officially registered, but unofficial estimates place over 220,000 U.S. citizens across the archipelago. Many are retirees stretching their social security checks in places like Dumaguete or Baguio. Others are digital nomads or entrepreneurs drawn by the new digital nomad visa, a low cost of living, and a culture where English is widely spoken and Western comforts are readily available. Take John, a 67-year-old retired school teacher from Kansas. After selling his house, he moved to Dumaguete in 2023, renting a hillside villa for a fraction of what it would cost back home. Each morning begins with beachside yoga and friendly chats with local neighbors. "My dollar doesn't just stretch, it breathes here," he says. For others like Lisa, a tech consultant from New York, the appeal lies in working remotely from sunny co-working spaces in Makati, then unwinding in Cebu's turquoise waters. Whether retirees or remote workers, Americans find in the Philippines not just affordability, but a blend of familiarity and freedom. Visa options like the SRRV and Digital Nomad Visa make long-term living easy, and the warmth of Filipino hospitality makes it feel like home. Country number 4. Taiwan. In 2024, over 7,800 Taiwanese nationals were registered as residents in the Philippines, a figure that continues to grow as Taiwan's business class and retirees look south. While the Philippines and Taiwan maintain complex diplomatic ties, their economic relationship is strong. Taiwanese tech and textile companies have set up major operations in cities like Manila and Clark, while investors see value in the Philippines' comparatively affordable property market. Many Taiwanese retirees now divide their time between city apartments and beachside homes in Cebu, lured by lower costs and a laid-back pace. Cheng, a 52-year-old engineer from Kaohsiung, opened a boutique design studio in Manila, drawn by the country's creative talent and thriving freelance economy. His children attend local schools, quickly becoming fluent in English and adapting to Filipino culture. In Baguio, he finds comfort in small eateries that blend familiar bubble tea stalls with Filipino street snacks. And despite the language barrier, many elderly Taiwanese feel at home thanks to shared Minnan roots and the widespread use of English. For Taiwan's migrants, the Philippines offers both business opportunities and a softer way of life, like Taiwan, with more sun and less stress. Country number 5. South Korea. In 2024, 6,448 South Koreans were officially registered as residents in the Philippines, continuing a long-standing pattern of migration rooted in both business and lifestyle. Whether it's retirees escaping Seoul's high cost of living, young teachers working in language centers, or entrepreneurs launching Korean cafes and K-pop stores, the Korean presence in the Philippines is deeply woven into everyday life. Cities like Angeles, Baguio, and Cebu have become informal Korean hubs, complete with churches, supermarkets, and language schools that cater to Korean communities. Ji-hoon, a 58-year-old retired logistics manager from Busan, now spends his winters in Subic Bay. With savings from his decades at Samsung, he enjoys a simpler life, fishing with locals, attending Tagalog classes, and living comfortably on a modest monthly budget. For Ji-hoon, the Philippines is more than a retirement destination. It's a second chapter filled with warmth and freedom. Meanwhile, young Korean engineers working in Laguna's tech corridor spend their weekends exploring Boracay or Tagaytay. Thanks to cultural crossover through dramas and K-pop, many Koreans arrive already feeling familiar with Filipino society. As digital nomad visas open new doors, even more Korean freelancers and remote workers are calling the Philippines home, where stress fades and sunsets linger a little longer. Country number 6. Indonesia. In 2024, just over 6,000 Indonesians made the Philippines their official place of residence, a small but steadily growing community shaped by geography, shared history, and new economic possibilities. Thanks to ASEAN's visa-free arrangements, Indonesian professionals, educators, and entrepreneurs are finding new opportunities across Metro Manila, Davao, and Cebu. Many work in shipping, oil and gas, logistics, or finance, while others send their children to international schools or explore real estate ventures. For many Muslim Indonesians, the presence of mosques and halal dining options in places like Mindanao or Manila makes the transition feel less like migration and more like extension. Adi, a 39-year-old software developer from Jakarta, accepted a contract with a Manila tech startup in early 2024. What surprised him wasn't just the salary, but how much further his paycheck stretched. "My rent is half of what I paid in South Jakarta," he shares, "and the people are just as warm." His wife has since opened a small Indonesian food stall in Quezon City, introducing locals to sambal, rendang, and gado-gado. For families like Adi's, the Philippines offers more than just a paycheck. It offers a bilingual future, lower daily expenses, and easy access to weekend escapes by the sea. For Indonesians on the rise, it's fast becoming a second home with familiar flavors and brighter horizons. Country number 7. Japan. In 2024, 5,214 Japanese nationals officially registered as residents in the Philippines, continuing a quiet but steady trend of migration driven by lifestyle, business, and retirement. While Japan's cities race ahead in tech and infrastructure, many Japanese seek relief from the stress of high living costs and rigid work culture. For them, the Philippines offers a breath of warm air, literally and figuratively. Cities like Cebu and Palawan are now dotted with Japanese-run cafes, English-language academies, and wellness retreats catering to retirees looking for more peaceful final chapters. The appeal? Affordable healthcare, friendly locals, and a cost of living that stretches the yen without compromise. Yuki, a 50-year-old marketing executive from Osaka, came to Manila for a work assignment, but chose to stay. "My life slowed down, in a good way," she explains. She now volunteers part-time teaching Japanese language to Filipino students, while coaching a youth softball team made up of Japanese Filipino kids. Meanwhile, Japanese retirees benefit from special bilateral visa agreements, allowing them extended stays with minimal red tape. For younger professionals and older couples alike, the Philippines provides more than just a lower price tag. It's a gentler pace, a closer-knit community, and a sunny alternative to Tokyo's cold winters and social isolation. In many ways, they aren't just retiring, they're restarting. Country number 8. United Kingdom. With 3,392 Britons officially registered as residents in 2024, and many more unofficially living long-term, the United Kingdom represents one of the Philippines' most quietly rooted foreign communities. While some come for work or investment, most arrive with simpler intentions: to escape the cold, cut living costs, and find a more peaceful way of life. From Dumaguete to Baguio, British expats have formed tight-knit retirement circles that blend seamlessly with local culture. The shared English language helps, as does a colonial past that left behind traces of familiar legal, educational, and civic systems. For pensioners especially, the Philippines is more than just affordable, it's liberating. Take Margaret, a 70-year-old widow from Devon who traded gray skies for tropical sunsets. Now living in Cebu, she spends her mornings gardening and her evenings listening to Filipino acoustic bands with neighbors half her age. "Life feels less lonely here," she says. Britons like Margaret often cite the community spirit, warmer climate, and easy integration as key reasons they stay. Others, like Paul, once a London banker, run book clubs and cultural events in Metro Manila, bridging the best of both worlds. With digital nomad visas and retirement pathways easing the move, the the Philippines has quietly become Britain's sun-kissed retreat, far from the fog, but full of familiarity. Country number 9. Malaysia. With 2,804 Malaysians officially registered as residents in the Philippines in 2024, this neighboring country shares more than just geography. It shares deep cultural, religious, and historical ties that make the migration feel more like coming home than moving abroad. Much of this migration happens quietly, through work placements, intermarriage, or regional integration, especially in Mindanao and parts of Palawan, where Malay influence has existed for centuries. Today's Malaysian expats include professionals in education, energy, and tech, alongside retirees seeking tropical peace, and Muslims drawn by strong halal communities and religious familiarity. Siti, a 34-year-old graphic designer from Kuala Lumpur, relocated to Davao for a project and found the lifestyle surprisingly aligned with her own. "I thought I'd miss home," she laughs, "but my favorite halal dishes are here, the people are warm, and everything's easier." She now runs a boutique design studio serving regional clients, while raising 2 bilingual children. Like her, many Malaysians are turning to the Philippines for opportunity and simplicity, whether it's buying vacation homes in Cebu, teaching at Islamic schools, or managing logistics firms in Manila. In a region where borders blur and cultures blend, Malaysia's footprint in the Philippines is quiet but deeply rooted. Country number 10. Australia. While Australians make up a smaller share of foreign residents in the Philippines, just over 1,460, according to the 2020 census, their presence is quietly influential. Many Aussies first arrive as tourists, lured by the surf of Siargao, the coral reefs of Apo Island, or the laid-back pace of beach towns like El Nido. But a growing number are choosing to stay long-term, drawn by affordability, year-round sunshine, and a shared language that makes settling in surprisingly easy. Unlike the hustle of Sydney or Melbourne, the Philippines offers Australians a slower, more grounded lifestyle without giving up connectivity. Mark, a 45-year-old tech developer from Brisbane, made the leap in 2023 after his startup allowed remote work. Today, he codes from a co-working space in BGC by day and spends evenings taking Filipino dance classes. "I came for the beaches," he says, "but it's the friendships that made me stay." Many Australians echo his sentiment. The proximity to Asia makes it a perfect base for regional entrepreneurs, while retirees praise the cost-effective healthcare, domestic help, and vibrant expat hubs. Whether it's for business, adventure, or peace of mind, the Philippines has quietly become Australia's unofficial island next door, offering a new rhythm of life under familiar skies. As we've seen, the Philippines in 2025 isn't just a tourist hotspot. It's becoming a new home for thousands from across the globe. From the retirees of California and Osaka to the entrepreneurs of Ho Chi Minh and Taipei, people are quietly planting roots in these islands. They're not just chasing palm trees or cheaper rent. They're finding purpose, connection, and a second chance at life. And in doing so, they're reshaping the Philippines, one neighborhood, one noodle shop, one family at a time. But this migration isn't loud. It's subtle. It's not in headlines, but it's happening. In coffee shops in Dumaguete, in language schools in Cebu, in fishing villages in Mindoro. And that raises a question for all of us watching. What draws people here? Not just to visit, but to stay. Is it the culture, the warmth, the hope of something simpler, more human? If this video opened your eyes to the unseen migration shaping the Philippines, hit that like button. Share it with someone planning their next chapter abroad. And don't forget to subscribe, because the world is changing, and we're here to uncover the quiet revolutions. Where would you move if borders didn't matter? Comment below. We read everything.